of the G-Series engine from 1941 to 1947. As you can see here, I have two new valves, and these are two of the old valves. And I have guides, intake and exhaust guides. So first things first, if you guys have not noticed about this engine, if you do have one, I'm not sure if this also applies to the H series, the one after the G series, is the guides. They look extremely similar. Don't mind the chipping on this one. When I was removing it, it chipped and broke. But anyways, they look extremely similar, as you can see, but there's one key difference. If I flip it, maybe you'll notice. See there? So this is the exhaust valve guide, and this is the intake valve guide. They both have the same inner diameter to fit the valve stem, but the intake valve has this very small port, very small hole in it. What it's used for, but maybe for gases, intake gases. Well, this one's currently a bit clogged up with carbon, but as you can see, it's a hole. While the does not have that. It's completely sealed, solid. So that's one thing to watch out for if you're buying new guides for this engine or old ones. They're the same size, it's just the difference is the little hole in the middle for the intake guides. Now moving on to the valves. I have here two original valves from the engine. They're both cut because I had to remove them to do that. But this is the intake valve and this is the exhaust valve. And if you notice, the intake valve is a bit bigger than the exhaust valve by about 1 millimeter or 2. So one thing to watch out for if you're buying brand new valves for this engine is to watch out for valves that are listed for this engine, intake and exhaust, but are not the correct size. So as you can see here, I got two brand new valves. I said, well, they're not brand new. This is new old stock. So they're brand new, but they're very old, but they'll still work. As you can see here, they're both the same exact size. That does not work in my case. The only valve that will work in my case would be the exhaust valve, as the exhaust valve and the old exhaust valve are the same exact size. So they will work. The new ones that I got will work, but unfortunately, the new intake valves that I got will not work on my engine because it's smaller than the original intake valves. As you can see. So as you can see, I'm putting it on top of the old one is most definitely larger. The head is most definitely larger. The interesting thing is, the structure of the valves are exactly the same. The new ones are the same as the old ones. As you can see, this is the exhaust valve. It has this little flange over here. And this new exhaust valve also has this little flange. The intake just goes up and then stops, and the stem becomes skinnier. Same thing for the old one and new one. They're both the same. The only difference is the head size. So all I'm saying is take your measurements and be mindful. Study the parts that you remove from your engines, because you may end up switching stuff around and causing problems, or buying the wrong parts, then you're going to have to return them.